house. And then I finished, and I was like, okay, what can I do to make this even easier to listen to? And so I went back to the beginning, and I played the piano underneath the whole thing to help reinforce the emotion or the mood of the moment, of the chapter or whatever's going on. And just so you'll know, I also, whenever there was an opportunity to do fun little character voices, like the Pharisees or some of the disciples, I would give them funny little voices. Well, not that funny, but it wasn't like that bad. But just give it some personality. And it ended up being very much like an audiobook. And people like audiobooks. I know my mom listens to audiobooks every day when she drives to work, and I know Michelle listens to audiobooks, and I listen to them. So I thought, I want to make it easy to listen to. So I did that. And then I had several people, friends of mine from Houston, who really thought this was a neat idea to donate. Because you can imagine it would cost a lot of money to have lots of CDs made. Unfortunately, CD companies don't do that for free anymore. They never did. And so I had many friends of mine donate, and they donated for one reason, and that was so that I could give them away at conventions for free. So I have them. The Gospel of John doesn't even fit on one disc. There are 2 CDs in here, and I have a lot of them in this box, and I want you guys to have them.
Aww.
So if you'd like one after this time we have together, I want you to come up and get one, all right? And the only cost is you have to listen to it. That's all I ask. A lot of people, when they see something free, like a flyer, they're like, right? Because when something's handed to you for free, usually it doesn't, you don't really think much about it. Well, these are free, but they are by no means disposable. They're of great value. And this is also the kind of thing where feel free to give it to your friends. Unlike a lot of music CDs, feel free to make copies of it. And give it to your friends. Also, if I run out of these, they're on the Risen Bull Rangers website. We uploaded them, and they're there for download on the website, right on the front page. It says Gospel of John, so you can get them there, or download them, or tell somebody about them if we run out of CDs. So I wanted to make sure and let you know that I had that, and I'd love for you guys to have them. I want to read something to you. Out of the book of Romans. Oh, Romans is a really good book. I like the author. Let me read a section, and this is, by the way, this is a translation called The Message. And it's just really cool because it sounds like the way we talk. And I really love that because so many people feel so distanced. A lot of us, and I know if I've said something that sounds familiar from last year, bear with me because these things are important and they're true, and I may repeat myself, so forgive me if I do. But there's so many people, and a lot of you are, I'm sure you're going to agree, there are a lot of people who have a lot of negative impressions and a lot of negative experiences with church and religion, and people that probably, made fun of you for wearing funny clothes, or for wearing black, or for liking anime, or for all those things. And I just want you to know something this morning. God, who made you and them, is absolutely crazy about you. He doesn't give a flying flip whether you wear black or not. He's interested in a relationship with you. If you hear nothing else that I share with you today, I want you to walk out of here with a smile in your heart knowing that God loves you a lot. As much as he loves me, as much as he loves the pastor in the church that made fun of you, as much as he loves the teacher that put you down for liking a certain thing or whatever, he's nuts about you. So be comforted by that, okay? And let me read this. Man, my eyesight is going really bad. Shh, don't say that. No, I'm gonna struggle through it. I'm gonna read something and go, that's not in there. Here we go. I'm reading from Romans 14, starting with verse 19. Listen to this, this is so awesome. So let's agree to use all our energy in getting along with each other, helping others with encouraging words. Don't drag them down by finding fault. You're certainly not going to permit an argument over what is served or not served at supper to wreck God's work among you, are you? I said it before and I'll say it again. All food is good, but it can turn bad if you use it badly. If you use it to trip others up and send them sprawling. Cultivate your own relationship with God, but don't impose it on others. You're fortunate if your behavior and your belief are coherent. But if you're not sure, if you notice that you're acting in ways inconsistent with what you believe, some days trying to impose your opinion on others, other days just trying to please them, then you know that you're out of line. The way that you live isn't consistent with what you believe, then it's wrong. I want us to focus on, like I said, the concept of allowing what we do to emanate from what's inside of us, as opposed to just an outward kind of an appearance. You know what I mean? Leave it. Mom's got to catch a plane.
Aww. Bye.
Thanks for the whole pregnancy thing. Thanks for being pregnant. All that. Thanks for covering your school tuition too.
Like I say, what I hear when I read that, there's another book, the book of James in the New Testament. And there's an entire chapter on the concept of doing good deeds and, doing good things and how they relate to you as a person, as being a good person. And they're two completely different things. And my mom and Michelle and Mandy and I were talking last night at dinner about, my mom said, you ought to talk to them tomorrow. You ought to talk to them about the influence of negative things, like the influence of negative anime. We all know it's there. I mean, let's not pretend, okay? It's not all great. Just like not all movies are wonderful. And not all TV shows are wonderful. And not all music is great. And not all magazines are uplifting. Anime is the same. There's a lot of good and there's bad. And she said, you ought to talk to them, about staying away from staying away from that negative stuff that influences them in the wrong way. And as we chatted about it, as we talked about it, what we came to decide was, what you choose to watch comes from, you got to take it one step earlier. It comes from here, right? So rather than addressing the result of what's in your heart, address the heart. Everything else will follow. There are a lot of preachers out there, there are a lot of religious organizations that try to do what's called legislate morality. You know what I'm talking about when I say that? I know we've got a lot of different ages here. So those of you that understand that, bear with me as I explain it maybe to some of the younger people. Legislating morality means that you try to pass laws to make people do good. You try to write laws and use the government to make people be good people and do good things. And here's the point. It doesn't work. Why? Because you can force people to do something on the outside